Today's lesson is on compound events. In probability situations, an action is a process with an uncertain result. Multi-step actions involve more than one step or choice. So let's take a look at some examples and decide how many action steps there actually are. Spin the spinner once is a one-step action. Spin the spinner twice, it is considered a two-step action. Choose one person from the group is a one-step action. Choose four people from the group is a four-step action. Roll a number cube and spin a spinner is a two-step action, since you're rolling a number cube and also spinning a spinner. Choose a sandwich, chips, and a drink. Those would be three different items, so it's a three-step action. And choose a six-character password is a six-step action, since you are choosing six individual letters or characters. A compound event is an event associated with a multi-step action. The word compound means more than one. So let's say you spin a spinner twice and you get red and then green. When we record the results, we can put those in parentheses to show that the two outcomes are one compound event. Let's say our action is to choose a shirt and a pair of pants. The compound event would consist of perhaps a yellow shirt and light blue jeans. Once we record the results inside of parentheses, we can show that it's a compound event. Independent events are the outcome of the first event does not in any way affect the outcome of the second event. So examples could include, you spin a spinner twice. You spin it once, you record your results, and when you spin it again, the first result did not affect the second one. You could also roll a die and pick a card. Neither of those events would affect the outcome of the second event. If you pick a card and then you replace it by putting it back into the deck and pick another card, it is considered an independent event. Dependent events is where the outcome of the first does affect the outcome of the second. So for example, let's say player one, you guys are playing maybe Monopoly and you choose a game piece. So maybe someone picks the car for the game piece in Monopoly. Player two then chooses a game piece. Since he did not have the option of choosing the car because it was picked already, these are dependent events. So player two would then have to pick another game piece other than the car. Another example, you pick a card, but you do not replace it by putting it back in the deck, and then you pick another card. So let's say the card that you pick maybe is the two of hearts, and you keep it. So when you pick a second card, there's no way you could actually pick this one again because it's already been picked. Another example would be choose two people from the group to be on your team. So this happens a lot like in PE classes where you're picking teams and maybe you pick two people. That leaves the other group captain unable to pick the two people that you have chosen. So these are dependent events. Determine if the events would be independent or dependent. You flip a coin and you roll a dice. These would be considered independent. You are given a box of chocolates. There are 5 milk chocolates, 5 dark chocolates, and you randomly select 3 chocolates to eat. This would be considered a dependent event because once you've chosen a piece of chocolate, you no longer have that one to choose. So if you choose maybe 1 milk chocolate and you eat it, then there would be only 4 milk chocolate left. A bag contains 8 red marbles for blue marbles, and you randomly pick a marble and then pick a second marble without replacing the first marble in the bag. That would be considered a dependent event also, since after you chose the first one, you didn't put it back in the bag again, so it was no longer available to choose on your second drawing. You flip a coin twice. This would be independent. The first flip, whatever you got, once you flip it again, it wouldn't matter what you got on the first flip. It does not affect the second flip at all. Okay, so that concludes our conversation on compound events. Remember, to be independent, it would not affect a second drawing or a second spin of a spinner or roll of a dice. Dependent means that once you've chosen something and you've either kept it and not replaced it, it would affect the second drawing or spin.